Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Clawfus. Have you read the book of Lamentations recently? Probably not. The book of Lamentations doesn't get a lot of traction as it relates to devotional reading, but the book of Lamentations might be a good book to read right now. The book of Lamentations was written by the prophet Jeremiah, who was lamenting his experience and the experience of his people as they were under the judgment of God. The priest had led the people into sin. The prophets had lied to the people and led them astray, and the people had been rebellious. And this had gone on for a long time. And now the time of judgment has come, and God is using the nation of Babylon as his instrument of judgment against the Israelites. And as you read the book of Lamentations, you discover not only is Jeremiah lamenting their experience, but their experience is fierce and the oppression is brutal. Matter of fact, in the book, as he laments the current conditions that they're under, he said it would just be better if they would have experienced the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah, because that was just so quick. But the oppression and the difficult experiences that they were enduring was ongoing and extremely hard. But, in the middle of that, matter of fact, about 3/4 of the way through the book, Jeremiah, as he's lamenting and crying out to God and pouring out his soul to God, he recognizes and acknowledges something that's very significant. 3/4 in the book, he says this: "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord." Now, this is remarkable because he's well into his lament. And he's going through bitter experiences. It's kind of interesting. You learn from this that the righteous and the wicked suffer together when a nation comes under God's judgment. And he's going through this with his people. And Jeremiah, as we know, is one of those righteous men who serves God for his entire life and speaks for God and is a prophet of God. But yet he goes through this time of trial and difficulty with his own people, and he's pouring out his soul to God. And it's very heavy. But in the midst of that, he recognizes the steadfast love of the Lord, and his mercies are new every morning. And it's just best to wait quietly and patiently for the salvation of the Lord. Now, as he communicates that, in the same context, he also communicates not only God's faithfulness and steadfast love, but he also communicates our personal responsibility in times of trial and affliction. He says this in the same context: "Let us test and examine our ways." Oh boy, when's the last time you've tested and examined your own ways? That's an interesting thought. Let us test and examine our ways and return to the Lord! Exclamation point. Let us lift up our hearts and our hands to God in heaven. So, fascinating read. Matter of fact, I'd encourage you to read the book of Lamentations. It's only 5 chapters long. It doesn't take all that long to read it, and it's best read in one setting. So go read it. It would do your soul well. It would do your soul good. But as Jeremiah is lamenting their condition and their circumstances and the difficulty of their experience, which is brutal, very hard, he recalls the steadfast love of the Lord and the mercies of the Lord, and then also the responsibility on the part of himself and others to, let's examine our lives, let's examine ourselves and our ways, and let's return to the Lord, and let's lift up our hands to the Lord in prayer and call upon his name. Hey, it's a great book. I'd encourage you today, take a moment, read the book of Lamentations. Again, it's short, and be blessed by it, be encouraged by it, be instructed by it. God bless you. Again, the Lord willing, I'll circle back and continue circling back, providing these encouraging words to you, and I trust that you've been encouraged, and I have been through the reading of this book, and I encourage you to do the same. God bless you. You have a great day.